How about the Sun Belt title game? Coastal Carolina at Troy. Troy laying 8.5. This number danced all the way up to 11 at one point. Now back to 8.5 range over at BetMGM. 48.5 for the total. And all of this movement is because of Grayson McCall. Is there a chance he's going to play? Is this a Bobby Boucher water boy moment where he comes in and helps them win this game in what could be Jamie Chadwell's last game as the head coach of Coastal Carolina? My prediction here is that he is going to be out the door. There's some interesting jobs still open at this point, with Fickell moving to Wisconsin. Is there any chance that he gets, at least an interview to fill in a Cincinnati job that's moving to the Big 12? There's lots of moving pieces here, and also potential domino effect of someone getting plucked for the NFL for next season and how that relates to it. So in my opinion, you have a coach who's at least listening to offers. You have the best player in the Sun Belt and Grayson McCall potentially coming back, because honestly, Jarrett Guest and Bryce Carpenter are not good. They cannot run this offense even 50% as well as McCall was. They've only scored 33 points in the last 2 weeks. And on the other side of things, Troy's offense is as bad as their defense is good. They're 115th in points per opportunity this season. They can't run the ball. So I'm just going to go with a tried and true here. I'm going to go under 48.5. I think this number is way off, to be honest, unless McCall plays. I think it's inflated by 4 to 5 points, which is significant in a total situation like this. So I'll go ahead and play this. I think there's a little bit of inflation because Troy played so well in their season finale, but that was against Arkansas State. That was against, a dead body by Sun Belt standards. That's not going to be the case here. I think Coastal will play hard. They'll have pride. Even the fact that they backed in not being the top team in the Sun Belt East, that going to James Madison, but them being ineligible for the conference championship this year. That all being said, I think it's a defensive battle. I think Troy gets it done. Maybe win 7-10 points. I'm not going to mess with the point spread here. What are your thoughts on the SBC championship match?
First of all, what are you talking about? This Troy offense is a wagon, and you should know because you bet the under last week, and they put up 34 points in the fourth quarter alone to crush your over or your under. So I kid, but obviously you mentioned it. This line movement is banana lands. I don't know what's going on. You mentioned the uncertainty of McCall, but nothing's changed. And this opened at Troy minus 4.5 at offshores, 6.5 at legal books. Like you said, flight up to 11.5 at one point. Now it's kind of settled in that 8.5 range. Our Action Hour power ratings make this game Troy minus 7 right now. I was talking to Colin Wilson last night. He said if McCall gets ruled in and it was 100% good to go, he would make this Coastal minus 3.5. He said he has McCall 10 points for the spread, the most of any quarterback in the country, given the drop off between the backup, which if you've watched Carpenter or Guest, I don't think he's wrong to say. So like you said, he's the most valuable quarterback in the country. So if it's not McCall, for now, McCall was ruled out 3 to 6 weeks. This will be 4 weeks. So he is in the window, but on the earlier side. If McCall's out, I'm with you where this Troy defense is going to eat those quarterbacks alive. I don't even care who plays. They don't allow any big plays. Coastal offense is 78th in rush success, 87th in line yards. At most, that's even with McCall. The only thing that makes me a little bit nervous is the Coastal defense is horrible. They just gave up 500 yards to James Madison. Granted, you have to wonder how much they were trying or cared, but they're 104th in success rate on defense. And like I said, apparently this Troy offense is just a wagon. They have been running the ball a lot better recently. Troy is much better on defense. And Troy probably has the better offense if McCall's not playing. I've said it all season. I think Troy's the best team in the Sun Belt. I said it last week. I was going to bet Troy. I said it jokingly. I was going to bet Troy. I said, I don't care if they're 10.5. I'm going to lay it. They are. So I was I said it as a joke, thinking it was going to be 5, and I was super exaggerating. Apparently, I have to now put my money where my mouth is. So, and guess what? I'm because I'm a man of my word. So I'm not backing off. But if you're somebody who prefers to bet with your brain over your heart, like a loser, then I will admit this line is probably too high. And I'm really hoping McCall gets announced in personally, because Chadwell said he was going to make the decision Wednesday or Thursday. We're recording this Wednesday afternoon. Nothing's come out yet. I'm really hoping McCall gets announced in. This line flies towards Coastal, and then I'm going to hammer Troy. I think Troy's the better team, even if McCall plays, and I hope he plays so I can hammer Troy at a discounted rate. That being said, I actually do like the underlie. I didn't really give much thought of it until you started talking about it. I'm probably going to lay the points with Troy, even if it stays around that 8 mark, but I'm a lot less confident in it. If it touches 7 again, which the way this line's been going up and down, it may, I'm hammering it, but I'll probably lay it with Troy. But I actually do like that underlie. I may have to put some thought into that. I may take that as well.